Good afternoon and welcome to ShirtPocket Productions World Headquarters. It's been a while since ShirtPocket Productions has produced anything, any video anyway. We produce all kinds of other stuff, motorcycle stuff and whatnot. Right now I'm producing something new, something that hasn't been done much anyway. It's been done before, that's where I got the idea, but it hasn't been done much on Harley's as far as auxiliary lighting is concerned, and that's using super bright LEDs from Baja Designs for passing lights. So on street glides and ultras and other bikes like that, touring bikes, you have what are called passing lights. A lot of people call them driving lights. They look like this. So those big 4-inch round lights, in my case they're LEDs, are spots, driving lights, fog lights, whatever you want to call them. And the lower ones are turn signals, those little bullets right there are turn signals. I had, before that, a setup from Kuryakyn. Where the driving lights look like the turn signals and they were bullets. And these are pretty cool. They didn't actually produce much light. They were more about me being seen than me seeing. But they had a stock look, but looked a lot better than those big old fucking 4-inch lights. Unfortunately, I met with a little disaster on the way to Sturgis a couple of years ago on a dirt road outside of Four Corners, and broke one. So Kuryakyn doesn't make them anymore. It's not the first time I broke one. It's the second time. The first time I was able to find a replacement set. The second time, not so much luck. So I replaced them with these 4-inch, which look like stock Harley ones, but they're not. They're knockoffs from China. When you buy the stock Harley ones, what you get is this switch that goes in the switch panel. It goes up on the dashboard there. And this one actually is replaced. They give you actually a switch that works, and there's a wiring harness that goes to it that's wired up for auxiliary stuff, and that switch becomes active and it automatically turns on and off the auxiliary lights. Most people just leave them on and they turn off when you turn your bike off, and also when you turn your high beams on. It's all programmed into the computer and the CAN bus system, the body control module, the BCM. For people who know what I'm talking about, if you don't worry about it. It's one of those if you know things. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, you can't get the Kuryakyns. They don't put out much light anyway. They look nice. You can't get the 4-inch fucking stock Harley look ones. Put out more light. These particular ones suck because they're Chinese piece of shit ones, and they put out more lights when they work. Those ones don't most of the time now. So I decided to upgrade with something that is not available off the shelf, and that's with these lights from Baja Designs. Before I show you what I've done, these are the lights that I'm replacing them with. These are XL Sports. They're about $400 for a pair of them, or $200 a piece. They're not cheap. If you buy the pair, you get a complete wiring harness with them, with a button that turns them on and off, and a relay. They need a relay because they do draw a lot of current. And so although these lights do not, and they plug, and neither do the Kuryakyns, they plug right into the stock wiring harness, and this little bitty red wire supplies the current, enough current to turn those lights on. That is not enough to turn on these spots. Those wires are not big enough gauge. So there's a relay that goes, it runs straight from the battery. This relay right here, I've got it hooked up right there, mounted right there. It runs right to the battery. The wires run underneath the dash. I would have put them under the tank like I'm supposed to, but the tank I just filled and it weighs a fucking ton. I will do it next time I decide to take the tank off. Sue me. Anyway, they're running up on underneath the dash. Come out right there. Doesn't look terrible. And right now I'm currently running the wires. So you want to see what the lights look like mounted up on one of those arms? I did. So here's one of them. There's on the other side, obviously it's not, you've seen it. This is what it looks like now with the light mounted on. It comes with a really nice stainless bracket. I was able to mount it to the current mounting bracket using their hardware and some of my hardware. The wiring was a little bit different problem. I could not run it internally like these stock lights were. There's no way to run it down through that base because there is a hole back in there that runs into the body. What I did instead was I drilled a hole right there, installed a grommet, and that pass-through is actually lined up with the pass-through on the neck, on the fork leg, into the wiring harness on the bike. I cut off the connectors it came with, because they're these mammoth, what are they? These mammoth automotive connectors. I don't know what kind these are called. One of you out there probably does. Instead, I got some Deutsch connectors. I used a 2-pin Deutsch connector, which are much smaller. They fit through that hole just fine. And I'm right now, I'm in the process of redoing this all. So, one of the problems I ran into was integrating this switch into this whole system. The switch it came with is a nice switch. Goes to the relay. This interrupts the power to the relay. Right here, it's the lighted switch. Turns on and off. If I had it wired through an ignition only power, it would only turn on and off when the power was when the ignition switch was on. But it would mean installing a new switch. I already have a switch for those lights and it works. But the problem is that switch is wired through the CAN bus, through the computer system. It's actually not the wiring in this bike aren't wires as you typically think of them. They're communication wires. They're all computer wires. And they turn on and off different things. They're all switch wires. It's, again, if you know, you know. If you don't worry about it. Anyway, the wire that goes from that to the lights actually turns them on. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to turn them on because that wire doesn't carry enough current. I want to use it as a switch. So it does provide a positive signal, positive 12 volts. Doesn't matter what the current is. It's just enough. I only need some current to trip that relay. So what I did, instead of using that switch output to turn the lights on, to power the lights, I used it to trip the relay. And I'm running power directly from the relay to the lights. And it works fine. It actually is kind of it came to me actually kind of in a dream. I know it sounds cliche, but it did. It came to me in a dream. I was kind of waking up, and I was thinking, I know how relays work. Why can't I just use that power positive to trip the relay instead of trying to figure out all this computer fucking shit, which I barely understand anyway. Relays are simple. There's a positive and a negative, and then another input that trips it. And so I did that. I tripped it with the switch, and it works fine. So right now I'm in the process of fabbing up the other light. I've got one light fabbed up. I can mount it anytime. Put the outer fairing back on, headlight back in, clean all this up, and it'll be done. The only thing I'm curious about is how good the angle of the lights are, because they are right now actually mounted. Yeah, just put it anywhere, thanks. Mounted upside down. Upside down. You can see the logos down there. Because that's the only way I can get them to configure right. I can turn the lenses over to make them go any way I want. But I don't know if I can't tilt them up anymore. Or tilt them down anymore. Maybe it's up. Anyway, they're at the limit of one direction. And if that isn't far enough, then I'm going to have to do something else. But that's an easy problem to fix. I can grind away a little bit at the bracket and it'll be fine. Anyway, that's what I'm doing today. On the other side of the garage, we still have Project FXR going on. We got the wheel alignment issues dealt with. The brake caliper is on. We got a new spacer in there, and everything, the wheel is lined up. Everything is butt-ass straight, dead nuts on. Everything's cool. We are getting ready to do some more major moves forward. Wiring on that bike's going to get done pretty soon. That's why we got the Deutsch connectors for the wiring. So anyway, yeah. ShirtPocket Productions, we got a lot going on. Summer's getting here pretty quick. and we need to be ready to ride. Born Free is about 2 months away, a little bit more than 2 months away, and we need to be ready for that. So anyway, peace.